only play to win and do your best, that's for sure. But hey, we'll see what happens. It's an honor, and it should be really fun.
My expectation is to put on a good performance, hopefully win. I'm sure Mats will want to win as well, and have fun.
And welcome to the Caesars Tennis Classic at beautiful Caesars Palace Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall. Two tennis Hall of Famers going at it, Ivan Lendl and Mats Wilander. A celebration of some great Grand Slam matches of years past.
Ivan Lendl to serve.
J.P. Peterson along with former #5 in the world, Jimmy Arias. And Jimmy, this is going to be a lot of fun today.
This should be a fantastic match. The first time we've seen Ivan Lendl on a tennis court in 16 years. He should be a little nervous to start. That would be only natural.
I think we saw it right there.
Yeah, we did. No footwork on that first point, but again, he needs to get into a couple of long rallies, get the cobwebs off, get a feel for playing in front of people again.
No ad scoring. We'll play just one set today, so barring long rallies, we'll see what happens. And here we go. Classic Wilander Lendl. Look at the rally count in the upper corner. He's lost some 40 pounds at 50 years of age recently.
It's like the old days.
They didn't used to talk to each other in the middle of the rallies back in the Grand Slam final days, but this is a little more fun today. But Lendl still feeling a tiny bit of pressure to start.
It was the 88 U.S. Open. Are you tired yet? He says that was the real epic between these two, a 5-setter. Wilander winning almost 5 hours, the longest match in U.S. Open history.
Anytime you play Mats Wilander, you have to figure out a way to break down his defense. Lendl did it beautifully there, starting with a short backhand, a little bit like Federer, short, and brought Wilander in, and then was able to control things the rest of the way behind his big forehand.
And a big serve there from Lendl to get back down love 30 in this game, so that competitive spirit coming back already for Lendl.
And a couple of big serves. That's something that he did have over Mats Wilander when they did play each other. He had a bit more of a weapon behind his first serve. He's used it well the last 2 points.
Now Lendl will serve for the first game here at Caesars. And Lendl takes the first game. All right, we're back at the Caesars Tennis Classic. Wilander to serve here.
15 love.
Now we're going to drop in a little retrospective from 1985 when these two met in the Lipton 85 final at Boca West, and watch how similar their games still are.
Few more slices today than there were back then. Wilander liked to hit two-handers more then.
And a little net cord from Lendl, that always helps to even things up at 15-all. Uncanny resemblance.
30-15.
A little anger there from Lendl. You saw that from time to time when you played him, Jimmy, right?
At times, but he usually was pretty stoic on the court when he played.
40-15.
Showing more emotion now
Yeah.
than he ever has before.
And playing to the crowd a little bit more.
Game Wilander.
Wilander wins, and we're tied at 1-all. All right, we're back now, tied at 1. J.P. Peterson along with Jimmy Arias. Lendl now serving. Jimmy, you played Ivan Lendl many times. Was that something going through your mind, that he was more fit than you?
I didn't think he was more fit than me necessarily. I just thought he hit a bigger serve than I. We had similar games, but he served bigger, covered the court beautifully, and was somewhat intimidating. He didn't even let you warm up your volley when you played Lendl. He tried to tag you during the warm-up. And to him, by the way, it was a big joke. I mean, we played a match one time where I won the first game of the match. I held serve, and he throws his racket down in his bag, and I looked over at him on the changeover and said, "What, did you think you were going to win love and love?" And he said, "Yes, I did."
Of 30 now.
$15-30.
15-30, another classic long rally from these two.
Lendl keeps finding himself down love 30. First two service games, but then has come up with some big serves and some big shots when he's needed it so far. What's amazing about this is he didn't step onto a court for 15 years or so and hit any tennis balls. You would think it would take you a long time to get any type of feel back. So the level he's playing at is incredible, considering that.
No ad scoring, Lendl, for the game.
Deuce. Game point. Receiver's choice.
These two always good friends, Jimmy?
I mean, they were rivals, obviously, in the 80s. But I think they got along.
There you go. Lendl leads 2-1 with a big serve. And we're back, Wilander to serve here. Lendl leads 2-1.
We were talking about Lendl being the first guy with fitness. He was also the first guy with his rackets to make sure every racket was strung the same, weighed the same, balanced the same grip mold. Every other player just got the rackets from a company.
Check the rally count.
Very nice sneak into the net from Lendl that time, but Wilander sensed it and was able to put that passing shot just in an uncomfortable spot for Lendl.
So to finish your thought, so he was into technology even back then. He wanted to have the edge everywhere.
He was the first, and it drove me crazy because once I did the same thing, as all players followed Lendl's lead there,
40-15.
I could no longer play with. If a racket felt just the slightest bit different, I was struggling, whereas before they all felt different, and I just got used to it in a couple of points.
Wilander evens it up. 2 all now.
Up next, the match continues, and
People see, hey, wait a second, this guy is really, there's a whole different.
All right, Lendl to serve here at 2 all.
Love 15.
I think we're seeing a different side of Ivan Lendl here through these vignettes, often seen as very precise, very dedicated to his craft, and I think we're seeing somewhat of a softer, more personable side here.
Look, he has a sense of humor, a very dry sense of humor. I know a lot of players. I was invited to practice at his house like Sampras was, and I declined. I declined because I was afraid. I'd heard stories about how he would put a tennis ball in your pocket, and he had German shepherds that were well trained, and he would send the German shepherd after the ball that was now in your pocket. And that was something that I didn't want to experience. So I knew it would have been great for my tennis, but I was afraid.
A practical joker, to be sure. Another side not many of us have seen. As we show you a little retrospective from that 85 final we referenced earlier, and watch how similar the games are. Rally count at 27. What a point.
So tough to find an opening against Wilander back in 85 and even still today.
Lendl's been able to dig himself out of his first 2 service games. We'll see if he can do it here with a big serve. And the first break of the match, Wilander 3-2.